everybody and welcome to Unit 16. We have great topics waiting for you. The form and use of the passive voice, useful vocabulary to use at the post office, the present perfect continuous, idioms to use in the workplace when communication fails. As always, we will see pronunciation tips, words to watch, and new set phrases. Let's go for it. You've learned a lot of English so far, but there's still much more to be learnt. New expressions to be practiced and useful vocabulary to be taught. Yes, time for the passive voice. Until now, we've talked about the active voice, which focuses the action of the verb in the subject of a sentence. Today, we'll study the passive voice, which focuses more on the action. Don't panic, you'll understand it with a few examples. Look at this sentence in active voice. The child broke the glass. This sentence in passive form is, the glass was broken. So, the object of the sentence in an active form, the glass, becomes the subject of the sentence in passive form. Do you see it? If we want to add the subject who performs the action in the sentence in passive form, we just have to add by, like this. The glass was broken by the child. So, the structure you need to follow to make a sentence in passive form is subject plus auxiliary verb, to be, plus past participle. Let's see some more examples of how to transform a sentence in active form into a sentence in passive form. Oh, I have an idea. Alicia?
Hello.
Hi, Alicia. Let's play a game. I say a sentence in active form and you turn it into the passive form.
Great, let's do it.
Charles Dickens wrote this book.
This book was written by Charles Dickens.
The cook will make a cake.
The cake will be made by the cook.
She painted that watercolour.
That watercolour was painted by her.
The technician fixed the boiler.
The boiler was fixed by the technician.
The Parliament passed a new law.
A new law was passed by the Parliament.
That was fun. Thanks, Alicia.
You're welcome. See you later.
Did you see how the object in the first sentence becomes the subject in the second sentence? Oh, and sometimes we don't mention who performed the action in passive sentences because we don't know who that person was or because it's not important. For example, this palace was built in 1655. The front door was left open. We don't have to say who built the palace or who left the door open, okay? It's okay if we don't know who did that. Of course, we can use the passive voice with many verbal tenses. You just need to remember that the verb to be indicates the verbal tense of the sentence. The past participle is always the same. Let's see a few examples. The speech is written for the king. The meeting is being held right now. This sculpture was made in the 18th century. Her phone has been stolen. The kitchen will be cleaned up later. And lesson 1 has been done. It wasn't that hard, was it?
In English, we always use the verb to be born in its passive form. For example, I was born in Spain. She was born in Moscow. We were born in Buenos Aires. When were they born? They were born in 1960. So in English, we are all born in the passive voice. Remember this, it's important.